description. Microsoft Outlook is a communication management system, and most people use Microsoft Outlook for communications with other people. There are three major components to Outlook that most users use. You have the inbox, the calendar, and the contacts. So we are going to go over all three of those aspects of Outlook today. To get to those three different functions, you can go down here to Mail, Calendar, Contacts. So we're going to start with Mail. If you click on this envelope, you will see a bar on the left-hand side of the screen. And this bar has several different folders in it. The top folder is your inbox, and this is where all your new email comes in. The second folder is your sent items, which hold all emails that you have sent to other people. And the third one is your drafts, emails that you have composed but you have not yet sent. Another folder that is very important is this one right here called deleted items. Now, if you look over to the left, you will see on the favorites menu that some folders are up there by default. But what if I want to include my deleted items up here in my favorites? I could just right click on the deleted items and go to add to favorites. And now my deleted items will always be pinned at the top of the bar. Before we start discussing where email is stored in Microsoft Outlook, let's first look at how to create a Microsoft Outlook account, or how to link an existing email account to Microsoft Outlook. If you go to File, you will see this button here called Account Settings. If I click on Account Settings, click on Account Settings again, I can see that I already have an email account connected to my version of Microsoft Outlook. But if I didn't have that email account, I could add one. Or if I had a different email account that I would like to add, I can also add that. So if I go up to New, Outlook will prompt me for an email address. This is where I can put an email address from another emailing application in, and I can actually check my email from Outlook. So I can use my Gmail account, my Yahoo account, my iCloud account, etc. And I can have multiple email accounts all in one place in Outlook. That is one reason why a lot of people like Outlook, because you can manage all of your email accounts from one place, and that's pretty cool. So if you want to add those email addresses, just type the email address in here and hit connect, and you will be taken through a wizard and prompted for what your email credentials are, such as your password and then your account. And then when you're finished with the wizard, your account will appear over here on the left with a downward arrow. So if I had more than one email account in there, right now I only have my Outlook account in there, but if I did have more, when I condense these arrows, you would see all my email accounts on this side. One other thing I want you to be aware of with Microsoft Outlook is what's known as a data file. If I look at these data files, these files are my email files that exist either in OneDrive, you can see up here, or on my actual computer. So if I were to look at that data file, I could right click on my username and go to Open File Location and open up File Explorer, and you can see down here this OST file. This is where all of the data is kept in Microsoft Outlook. So this holds all my email messages, all of my contacts, all of my calendar items. So if I get a new computer and I reinstall Outlook on there, I can just upload this OST file and it will bring back all of my emails so I won't lose any of my communication. But going back to Microsoft Outlook, let's look at how to create a new email. If I go up to here and I click on New Email, I can type an email address in here. And I have a few other options. I can carbon copy other people on this email, which means that's not the primary person I want to send the email to, but it's someone I would like to see the email that I've sent to someone else. If I click CC, I'm brought up with another menu, and right down here, I want to show you this option is called BCC. And what this means is blind carbon copy. It acts like a regular carbon copy, except the original person can't see who else is receiving the message. So if you wanted to secretly send this to someone else, but not let the original recipient know, you could use a blind carbon copy. Another reason you would use blind carbon copy is that you're sending out a group message to lots of people that may or may not know each other, and you want to keep everyone's email private. So that would be another reason to use blind carbon copy. So I'm going to cancel out of here. And here's your subject line. And I know a lot of people really like to know what the subject of their email is, not necessarily from when it's coming in, but in case they need to find the email later on. So you could just type in subject of this email right here. And then down here is the body of the email. This is the text of the email. And the nice thing about Outlook is that you can format your emails really nicely, better than most other online email systems. I have most of the functionality in Microsoft Word available to me right here in Microsoft Outlook. I can change my font to bold, I can change the size of my font, I can change the colors of my font, I can highlight certain things, indent, outdent, use bullet points, use numbering. So I have all of these options going across the top to make my email look really, really professional. And I can also have a signature down here where my email is automatically signed all the time with what I've added here is just my phone number, my email, a quote that I like. These are common things that people use when creating a signature on their email. If you would like to see how to edit that signature, you can always go up to this box right here that says tell me what you want to do. And if I click in there, I can just type signature. And if I click on that and I go to signatures, you can see right here how my signature is going to appear on every email that I create. And again, I have the same editing options where I can bold, italicize, underline, and just make this look really, really nice. I can even apply different signature templates to here as well. So I'm going to cancel out of here, and when I'm done with my email and done writing it, I just hit send. But I can also go up to the tell me what you want to do and type in schedule, and I will get this thing right here called delay delivery. So if I click on that, I can actually schedule this email to go out at a certain time and not immediately. So that might be an email that you don't want to forget to send, but it's for an event that hasn't happened yet. So here's a good example. If you want to send an email reminder to people about an event, but you don't want to send it today because the event doesn't take place for another week, you could set up this reminder for 6 days from now so that everyone will get a reminder about the event the day before the event. So I'm going to close this because I'm not going to send this email, but if I were going to send it, I would just hit the send button. And I'm going to be asked if I want to save my changes. If I say yes, then if I go down here into drafts, that email that I just created is there until I send it. If I don't want to keep an email anymore, I can just highlight that email and hit this delete icon right here, and that email will go away. I can do that in any of my email boxes, whether it's my inbox, my sent items, my deleted items. I can also create folders to organize all of my email. If you look over here, these are all separate folders that have been built into Microsoft Outlook. So if I wanted to right click on here and go to new folder, I can name this anything I would like. So I'm just going to put sample and hit enter. And you can see down here that sample is now a folder available in my email list. So if I had an email come in and I wanted to move this out of my inbox and over here into my sample folder, I just click and drag and it's left my inbox and now it's in my sample folder. So this is a great way to organize your email, and we're going to have a whole session on how to organize your email soon. So those are some of the main folders that are used inside of Microsoft Outlook. If you are liking this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button to get notified when we release our weekly videos. Let's move next to the calendar. There are lots of different views you can have on the Outlook calendar. You can view the calendar by day. You can view it by work week, which is 5 days in the week, Monday through Friday. You could view a calendar week, which is Sunday to Saturday. And you can also view your calendar by month, so you can see all events at a time. So as you can see, the fewer days you have in the calendar, the more information you have per day. So it just depends on how busy your calendar actually is. One thing I like to do on my calendar is I like to add reminders of things to do. So maybe it's not an event that I'm doing with someone else, but it's just something I need to remember to get my car inspected, and I need to remember to do that before the end of the month. So right here, I might double click on the day and do car inspection. And here are the different times that I can schedule this event. So I can either do it all day, or I can take off the all day check mark and I can just make it from like 10 to 10:30. When I'm done entering this event, I can hit save and close. And that event will now appear on my calendar. If I double click that event, I can edit it. So look at this make recurring right here. I'm going to click on that. And because I need to get my car inspected every year, I'm going to make that yearly on March 18th. And when I say okay, and then I go to save and close, and I flip ahead to March of 2023, you can see that I have the car inspection event, and that's going to be true for 2024, 2025, and so on. So if you ever move deeply into your calendar and you're like, wow, I don't feel like scrolling all the way back, you can just hit the today button and it will take you right back to the current day. So on any date, you can just double click and the new event will appear. You can also hit new appointment, and you can also hit new meeting. And a new meeting will allow you to set up a meeting, and you can invite people to your meeting by hitting the required button. And you can also have optional people that you would like to invite to a meeting. Again, I can schedule the start time and the end time for my meeting, or I can schedule it all day. I can also hit the Teams meeting button, and I will automatically have the Teams meeting set up down here to have the link for all of the people that are going to the meeting. So I'm going to type someone in here, and when I hit send, I'm going to invite someone to my meeting, and they will also receive this meeting request that can be added to their calendar as well. But for now, I'm just going to close this meeting. I am not going to save the changes, and I'm just going to say okay. But if I were to save it but don't send, I would be able to get this in my drafts as well. Finally, let's go over the contacts down here. I don't have any contacts available yet, but I'm going to create a new contact, and I'm just going to call this my friend at company, my friend @me.com. And I'm going to save and close my contact. So now you can see that my contact appears here, but here's the part that I wanted to show you that is so great about the contact list is if I go back into a calendar event and I double click on my event, and because this is recurring, I'm going to say just this one. If I go to add a person here, I can invite my friend to this meeting. And when I hit send, this will be sent to my friend as well. But for now, I'm going to close that and not save the changes. Also, when I go to create a new email right here, when I hit the to button, all of my contacts are displayed in here. And there also is a way to sync all of your contacts in here with your phone so that you can have all of their phone numbers. But I'm going to cancel out of here, cancel out of this email. So hopefully that gives you enough of an introduction to Outlook. We went over how to create emails, we went over how to create calendar events, and we went over how to create contacts. There are a few other things in here. If I click these three dots, where you can create tasks and notes. Hopefully after this you can get started using Outlook, and as usual, leave